One of these days I'm going to injure myself doing that. This is the Punk Rock book tag. And this is an original tag by Dane Cobain over at Dane Reads. Dane, thanks for tagging me, man. There are 11 questions. So this is number 1. Pardon my stomach. God Save the Queen. Yo, by the way, Fallout 4 is taking place over that way. We're having some really high winds around here, so if power goes out, this will be a real dramatic video. Onward we go. Let's see. God Save the Queen. The Sex Pistols. Name a book with a queen who ain't no human being. West of Eden. Vigilante. She was, her title was actually an Ista, which is a city leader, and she was a reptile. It was a matriarchal society, and it's a good trilogy. I'm still working on rereading that, by the way. Number 2, Pretty Vacant, Sex Pistols again. Surely y'all are familiar with the Sex Pistols. Sid Vicious, Nancy Spungen, Johnny Rotten. Okay, name a book with a character who's pretty vacant. Obvious choice, Bella from Twilight. Sorry, Twilight fans. Question number 3, Ever Fallen in Love, The Buzzcocks. Name a book with a character who fell in love with someone they shouldn't have fallen in love with. So, I'm going to fudge on this. I'm going to cheat. Fudging on something sounds pretty bad. I'm going to go with Robert Kincaid, the photographer, and Francesca Johnson from the Bridges of Madison County. And yes, I read this thing. And I'm going to go with Oliver Yates and Irina Collier from Cat People. And this is a weird book, and it was written by Gary Brandner. It's based on the story by DeWitt Bodine, and it starred Natasha Kinski. I want to say John Hurd was in this, and Malcolm McDowell, but we all just went to watch it because of Natasha Kinski. We was young, so. All right, number 4. I want to Be Sedated, the Ramones. Another good group. Name a book that made you want to be sedated. Back when I was going through my 80s horror spiel into the early 90s, I bought anything and everything horror. And this is the Wilde type, and I was actually going to look this author up to see if he did anything better. And you should always beware if a novel is touting itself like, and I've seen other people mention this, a bone-chilling novel in the tradition of Coma, which was Robin Cook, did all these medical thrillers, and The Andromeda Strain, which of course was written by Michael Craig. But I tried getting into this. The premise looked great. You know, guy turns into a primate, and it was a yawner for me. I just didn't get it. Name a book set in London, or name a book set in London, or in which a character lives by the river. Well, I thought about a bunch of different ones, and I just decided to go with The True History of the Elephant Man, because he was from Whitechapel, and he spent a lot of time in the London hospital. Kind of bleak. Oh, by the way, that was London Calling, The Clash. My apologies, Dane. That was number 5. Number 6, The Passenger, Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop, who I seen in an interview once, and he was sitting in a hot tub, and he goes, "Don't worry, I still think stone cold thoughts." I was like, alright. I like Iggy Pop. Name a book in which a character rides through the city's backsides. The Roach from They Thirst by Robert McCammon, which is ranked up there in my top 3 vampire novels. Now, name a book that was the best you ever had and makes you want to hold it tight. And, okay, Teenage Kicks by the Ramones again. Name a book that was the best you ever had and makes you want to hold it tight and get your teenage kicks through the next whatever. I think if I can find them, don't tell me I'm going to have to pause this video. Here we go. I'm going to go with Midworld and Harlan Ellison, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, because these are just 2 awesome books. Midworld, of course, is classified as science fiction, and this collection, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, it's considered speculative, but there's some sci-fi in here, and actually I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is sci-fi, so these are the 2 books I would cling to. I also have Minefields by Harlan Ellison, and the artwork of Jacek Jurka. I think he's a Polish artist. Some great surrealism. And every story is accompanied by a painting, which is freaking awesome. So, yep, cheat a little bit on that, whatever. Now, number 8. Name a mainstream book that makes you not want to waste your time becoming another casualty of society. Well, there's a lot of YA, Cassandra Clare, Sarah J. Maas. I know a lot of people read that, and that's fine. Hey, read whatever you want. It's just not for me. Self-Esteem, The Offspring. Name a book you struggle through, because the more you suffer, the more it shows you really care. I did have some problems with The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. There were some slow spots in it, but I was glad I powered through them because, I want to make sure I'd read this book. Yeah, there's some stuff in here which could have, been cut out, and it totally wouldn't have detracted at all from the effect of the novel itself. All right. Number 10, Basket Case. Name a book with a character, Basket Case by Green Day. Name a book with a character who is a melodramatic fool, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Well, nothing like a little self-promotion. I'm going to go with Virgil, this antsy, friggin', might as well call him a bit of a genius in my novel, The Vulnerable Gods. Yeah, he's a bit neurotic. Here we go. Number 11. Sheena is a punk rocker of the Ramones. Tag your most punk rock booktube friends. Alright. Now, the little cue card's down there and the writing's very small, so I need glasses, but I'm in denial about it. So let me see if I can squint and figure out what I have written down there. So these are the people I'm going to tag. Jena over at Bibliofilth, Oliver, Oly Bliss, Lia, Hyde and Seek, Vigilante. Hang on, I got to get down here. Audrei over at CharisseAudrei Audrei. Cara over at Wild Book Garden. And here Izzy, I'm calling you out, punkrockgirlpa, and then Georgina at Georgina Reads. So, and Melissa over at Melissa and Barnes Read, if you want to do this. And anybody else jump in. Like I said, this is Dane's original tag. Let's keep this thing going. Thanks for the tag, Dane, and I would have put some mascara on. I had a suede jacket here, but it had a casino patch on it, so I didn't want to put that on. And also I did try mascara back in the 80s when the androgynous bands were all the rage, so it just didn't work for me. But thanks for the tag, Dane. It's a good one. So thanks everyone for sticking around, and I'll see you later. Bye.